Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you're having a good week. For me, it's been a pretty crazy week. I've had some pretty weird things happen to me, kind of pertaining to my health. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story time while I drink my coffee out here in the beautiful garden and do something about my hair. So if you're interested in following along, just keep watching. Okay, so hopefully you have a drink, or snack, or something as I follow along. I tend to be a little chatty. But basically what happened is I was actually filming my other YouTube video, the first one that I put out, and I noticed that in that video I was kind of scratching my back, but I just thought, whatever, we'll scratch their back, and I wasn't like uncomfortable or anything. I just literally thought I had an itchy back, like whatever. And then later that day, I noticed that I had, if it'll show, see this like mark on my arm. So I was like, oh, that's weird. So I just put like some steroid cream on it and thought that would help. Some anti-itch stuff that I have that normally helps, but it didn't work this time. And I was taking Benadryl, but then I noticed that these marks were all over like my legs and my back and my belly, like basically my whole body, my face. Not as bad on my face, but my face was really itchy by the end of the day. So I was like, what is going on? And by that night I was having to take, Benadryl, and I had to sleep on ice packs. I was so uncomfortable and I didn't understand what happened because I woke up and felt totally normal. And I really don't think that I did anything all that different. The only thing was that I had tried a new multivitamin. So I immediately stopped that and waited to see if the rash would chill out. But by the next day, it was continuing to spread, and it was getting really itchy, and it was just really concerning. I had reached out to my rheumatologist and my regular doctor, and they both didn't know what it was. And so I went to urgent care, and they didn't know what it was by looking at it. They said they thought it was either viral or allergy based, when I told them that I took that multivitamin. So that obviously could have been a potential. And so they did some blood work and like an allergy panel. And that was on Monday. And then it took all the way until today, Friday, to get the results. And they called me and said everything was perfectly normal. So in between Monday and Friday, though, it continued to spread. And this point, the treatment that they had given me wasn't working. They gave me a steroid shot and steroids to take home. And I was doing that for 2 days and it wasn't working. And the rash kept spreading and getting bigger and more inflamed and all of that, more itchy. And, then when my rheumatologist said she didn't know what it was, then I just decided to, that was via telemedicine, but I still hadn't seen a doctor in person. So I decided to go to the ER. So I went and did that, and I was able to get in really quickly and out really quickly. I went to this like quick service area of the ER. And the doctor came and he told me what he thought it was, which was basically different from what the urgent care said, of course. And luckily I had been having a really hard time finding a dermatologist that could get me in on like a short notice, because the dermatologist that I had seen in the past is literally like an 8-month wait. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. So obviously that wasn't going to work. But I was able to find one nearby that took my insurance. And so I did that yesterday, and they did a biopsy, and she said that's really the only way, and then I can compare that with whatever blood work that I got from the urgent care, which now I know didn't really give me anything. So now I'm really grateful that I did the biopsy, because at this point it's going to be my only answer as to what is going on with my body and this rash. So I just heard back from my dermatologist, and she got my biopsy results, and she said that there was basically nothing in them that showed anything, any reason for my rash. So I feel like every time, this has just been kind of like the theme of my life with chronic illness, that every time I go to a doctor with a new symptom or something, and they do 10 million tests, and then the tests come back inconclusive or normal or, whatever, with no answers though. And, then the doctor will say something like, oh, well, that's good news. And I disagree. Just because I'm still dealing with the symptoms. I mean, my rash is getting better because they gave me prednisone, but why did I have this rash that fully took over my body? And when I had the rash symptoms, then all my autoimmune symptoms got worse, and it just is frustrating to not have answers, and to just be constantly feeling like you're on a wild goose chase, but none of the avenues that you go down that are meant to be able to help ever end up with anything. And I think that that's a pretty common theme with a lot of people who live with chronic illness. I think it's just kind of the nature of the game, unfortunately, which is why I wanted to add this clip in here, because I'm editing this video right now, and but you know, this is like the true trajectory of how this works. So yeah, life goes on, and I'm having a good day. It is what it is. Whether I'm gonna have symptoms or I'm not gonna have symptoms, that right now is something that I have no control over. I am doing literally everything in my power to give myself the best outcome when it comes to that. But outside of that, I am just done sitting in this fucking hole waiting for them to stop. I can't do it anymore. Some days it's inevitable, like there's just no other option. But like on days like today where I do still have symptoms, but like it looks like that, I mean, I have to do my best. What if this never ends and, you know, I've lived my whole life in this hole? It's a beautiful hole. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of hard to see from this angle, but like, I have a tour video coming soon. You'll see the true beauty in that video. But it's a beautiful hole. But still, there's a lot more beauty to this world, right? So life is all about balance. And right now I'm on a journey about embracing that balance. So. Okay, so this is our current POV. My mom actually had the recommendation after cleaning and stripping everything from my room to just kind of like let the mattress chill for a few days so that my body could recuperate without having any potential of reactivation, I guess. And so I did that, and my mattress has just been chilling there, and I haven't like I haven't vacuumed it or cleaned it yet, and I haven't obviously put the sheets back on either. So today my plan is to do something about all of this, do something about all of that, and all of this, and some of that, and then we have this room. I wanted to like declutter as well, just to give the whole apartment a refresh. I took out his dog bed and I'm washing that, so we'll bring that back in. And yeah, man, clean up this. This is the state of the bedroom. So I want to give this a thorough vacuum and steam clean and vacuum the rest of the room really well, because in addition to my rash, Mickey has also been dealing with, well, he first had collapsing trachea that he's had for years. That's common in Chihuahuas, but and he's 15 now. But this year we saw that it either had progressed or this is a new thing. We're not really sure, but he's got an allergic bronchitis that we've been dealing with. But funnily enough, he's also on the same steroids, so we're like sharing a bottle here. So anyways, I want to really, that's why I think regardless of what's going on with the rash, the steam cleaning, vacuuming of the mattress just seems like a perfect spring activity. And this day is a great day to do it. Let's go. Okay, so I'm taking a little break from my refresh project. My dad just got home from his doctor's appointment and I'm gonna make him an electrolyte drink. So let me show you how I do it. Okay, so I started with the ice. And I'm gonna add some regular black tea that's been chilled. This is just unsweetened black tea. Just about like that. So then I like to add this Key Nutrients electrolyte powder in the lemonade flavor. He really likes this and he is super picky. So he deals with chronic dehydration and diabetes, and this product has 0 sugar and 0 carbs and 0 calories, pretty much 0 everything, but it does have a lot of good vitamins and electrolytes in it, so it helps to keep him hydrated, and he will actually drink the whole thing, which he does not do with water. I'm gonna add a little bit more tea. So now that that's all blended up in there, then I add it to the cup with ice. And then I top that off with his favorite lemonade. That's what that looks like right now. And then he likes fresh lemon. Yeah, give it a shot.
Tell me what you want.
Drink. Is it good?
It's great.
I don't know if you can see, but my skin is like red and it's really hot. Like, I feel like I've been running a marathon. I've been doing a lot today, but I don't understand why it's doing this. Apparently, it's from the steroids that I'm taking, which is working to heal my rash. Here's a little update. It's getting a lot better. I'll put in some pictures of my back too, the progression of it, because it's pretty crazy. But this is like a side effect that I had no idea that this medication does. Cool. And it also does it to your eyes, I think. My eyes feel like they're sunburnt. Man, I'm getting so tired. I'm still taking Benadryl like around the clock for this rash. But then I'm also taking prednisone. And my mom's a nurse, and she was explaining to me how the prednisone will make me feel like really like uppity and make me want to like go around and do all of this cleaning and stuff. And that's what I've been doing, you know, on this spring cleaning and refresh, and just wanting to revamp my space after having this rash and it being a new season and all of that. So that, I guess that medication just kind of facilitates that, wanting to do that. But then taking the Benadryl is making me all like drowsy. So with the two of them at the same time, I just feel so tired and weird, but I just want to keep going. So I wanted to tell you guys, when we started the renovation for this apartment, Mickey and he has lots of respiratory issues, chronic bronchitis and collapsing trachea. He has lots of respiratory issues, chronic bronchitis and collapsing trachea and all of that. And because this area is such a tight space, and all of this construction was going on in here, there was a lot of fumes and dust, and it really, you know, our bedroom, so it wasn't feasible for us to stay here. So anyways, we went to a hotel for that time period during the renovation. And so past the time, I guess you could say, because that was important, I made these beaded curtains, and there's 11 of them because that's my number. So I've got them hanging over here right now, and then my mom's gonna help me. I'm getting more done since starting this steroid than I was ever able to before, because it would be like I would do one small activity and that would have me laid up on the couch for the rest of the day, and I wouldn't be able to like move anymore. Or if I did have a day when I was able to do a bunch of things in one day and I did have that amount of energy, then I would be tapped out for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. But I've been doing this now this is like my 3rd day of working on this project. And I think it's like my 4th day of being on this medication. So I was, you know, I've just been thinking that it really gives me a glimmer of hope and faith that there is a light at the end of this tunnel of chronic illness, and that this isn't going to be my forever. So it's really kind of exciting to get to live in that space for a couple of days, even though I know that it'll probably stop once I stop taking the steroids. And I know I can't take the steroids forever, unfortunately, but I do have a couple of other ideas that I'm going to try. And so, you know, all you can do is just go with the flow and believe that, like, everything happens for a reason.
And then we'll hang it again. And then we'll tighten the screws, okay?
Okay.
Trying not to break the window. Okay.
The finishing touch. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and go in here and see the sun shining through.
How many of these rings do you have?
11.
Of course. I knew that. Okay.
So I've been pushing it way too hard all day, but I'm so thrilled because my crystal okay, so both of these poles, I guess you can call them, are done, and these are going to be hung right here to move the curtains either which way. One over there and one over there. So I just need to attach some plastic cord here and then attach it to one of these hoops, and we should be all set. But Mickey needs to go outside, so hold please. So it's the end of day 2 of what has been a much bigger undertaking than I anticipated when I started this whole spring cleaning project, but clearly space really needed it. So I'm really glad that I did this, especially for my dog's health, but also for my own with this rash going on, that it was good to get everything ultra clean. So right now I just finished vacuuming the entire place, top to bottom. I vacuumed my couch really well. I haven't done the bed yet. I'm just exhausted. It's amazing. I live in 453 square feet. That's pretty small. Granted, I do live within my parents' home, but I really stay within my own space when it comes to just day-to-day things. But cleaning that for me is almost a full-time job, and it's just amazing to me how much work it takes and how much it takes out of me, even though it's still such a small space. But I think that's one of the things about living with chronic pain and chronic fatigue, and especially this post-exertional malaise that I get after engaging in activities like vacuuming or just any type of cleaning in general. I'm exhausted. So we'll see how much longer it takes me to finish this project. I'm gonna go shower. So sorry, I'm out of breath. I just finished steaming the bed. The mattress is stained because you'll see I have these like mustard yellow linen sheets, and they stain the white mattress. But it's fully cleaned with this handy dandy fellow. And this is my current POV.